Okay, fairy grasshoppers, here I come to start a video with you. Hey, it is still weird for me to record like this because I can't see myself, so I have no idea. I hope this looks fine. Anyway, hi fairy grasshoppers, nice to see you today. I am going to share with you a reading I did for myself just the other day, but the content, the information is lingering. Let's say it's lingering. It's the gift that keeps on giving, and now I'm going to share it with you. Hopefully it'll help, especially in relation to new moon energy, or if you're starting a new month when you're watching this video. I'm actually recording this in September of 2021, but whenever you find it, it might be that you're on an edge or a cusp of something, or you're still trying to clear something. You're trying to clear something so that you can allow some new parts of you to kind of step forward, take on more of a leadership role, be more present for yourself, love yourself, accept yourself, all that good stuff. So, just the usual, just the normal, usual psychic development, self-work, self-development stuff, the stuff we do all the time, all of us here on Fairy Grasshopper Channel. And let me just say, cheers to you for doing your work, okay? And if you're not yet, but you've thought about it, at least if you're here, you're aware. And so that's the first step, is that awareness, okay? So good on you for at least being present here. Coffee in my cheetah mug, a good way to start the day. Yes. All right, so 3 cards is what I got. So I'm going to do them in the order that I received them. I will take a picture of these and post them on my Instagram at Bridget Inspired. So this is the first card I got. This is from a deck by Amanda Ellis, a Metatron deck. And this card is the yin-yang balance energies of duality. The word is duality. I actually had to look up the words that I could, because this is such a big deal to me right now, the duality. It's like working on clearing and at the same time moving forward. Clearing some old belief systems from the past, at the same time doing some new things, new projects. Leaving old ways of being, stepping into new ways of being. All of this stuff is happening simultaneously. Duality might be also considered the multitasking of our generation, especially if you're a mom or a parent and you got kids and you got lots of dual responsibilities at work, at home, in your community, etc. Maybe you have pets, so you also have to take care of them. Whatever that looks like for you, duality, multitasking, basically is what it means to me. However, when I looked it up, because I'm like, tell me what the meaning of this is. Remind me of the intellectual concept of duality. So I looked it up and I'm like, okay, so 2 coexisting existences or 2 realities. And it feels like so much that the concept of duality is in conflict. But here's the thing that I have been presented with in the last few days. Duality is not about the conflict of 2 realities. It's about your ability, our ability to accept that things are moving. Reality is fluid. Where you are focusing on, that's alive. That's the energy. That's where you're going to activate. Where you're not focusing on, that will get dormant. And sometimes the dormant part of the duality you're not focusing on or presence to, sometimes, especially if it's connected to relationships and other things, that will start to kind of stir up and gain some momentum on itself and create the need for you to shift your focus to here, because there's some momentum going on here that you need to be a part of, because you can't ignore what needs to be tended to in this other duality or other reality. So you can have this one happening and you're focusing, trying to singularly focus your life. And then yet something happens over here. Like I'm thinking about work and then the kids. Something happens with the kids at school and then you have to like leave work to bring them their lunch or leave work to get them the homework or whatever it is. You shift from here to here. But the thing is we have both of these things coexisting at the same time. Now you can take the concept of duality even deeper, which is exactly where I've been in my deep self work. I've been super forthright with you as much as I can when I go through my own stuff and I get a new level of opportunity to dig in deeper to myself and present more of my authenticity. And I encourage you to not be afraid to do your work. And it's not just all darkness and all depression and all horribleness or heartache. I mean, it is that stuff, but it's not to punish you or make you feel miserable or live in despair. It's to give you this opportunity to clear out the stuff that doesn't fit for you and doesn't work for you. Even if you're used to it and it's comfortable for you, it's not healthy. It really isn't. The you that you are becoming, this other, like, so there's two parts of you duality wise. There's the old part of you and the new part of you. But where we're working right now is the part in between, which is the present. So it's us. So we are the bridge. You are the bridge between the past, the stuff of you that you're working on, trying to heal, trying to release or clear, to get some clarity on, in the present moment clarity, to take that bridge into the what's new next for you as you are becoming more aware through the clarity of the process of the clearing of who you really are at the accesses inside you, the transcendent parts of you that you have not been able to reveal, to experience, or to express in your life up to this point, because you've been just doing doing the life the way you're supposed to, and then focusing on this, and this is a priority, and then focusing on this, but what about this? The in-between. The in-between is this is what is the center core. And that's all that matters. Because what do we say now? Tomorrow is not guaranteed. And yesterday, you can't live there. It's done. Yesterday's done. Tomorrow's not guaranteed. So where's it at? Where's the meat here? Where's the caramel center here? It's here. It's right here in the middle, where you are in the present, where the power is. And yet, we will feel duality. It's natural to feel duality. It's natural to feel conflict. It's natural to feel contrast. There's different layers of duality. Contrast and conflict are two different variations of that. So at the base of this concept, where it's not charged up, supercharged, is duality, where it's possible for you to love someone and to hate them at the same time. It's possible for you to want to be with your kids and also to want them to leave the nest, go out and experience the world. It's possible for you to want two different things that are completely different. It's completely possible and very probable, actually. So this yin yang is the balance too of that shadow and the light and the dark, the masculine and the feminine, the new moon and its mystery, and the full moon in its clarity. Do you see? We're all about, in the simplest form, the balance between two different things. And the good news is you are the center. You are literally the center of the universe. This is perhaps what this means. You are the center. You are not the black or the white of the energy of this yin yang symbol. You are the gray. You are all the shades in between. That's you. That's me. That's where we're at. This was the first card. Notice the colors here. The colors are colors of turquoise, topaz, the throat chakra, the water. Water representing flow, emotion, energy. Throat chakra representing creativity, your ability to speak, your inner voice, and your expressive voice, how you are communicating in your relationships, in the most important sacred relationship, which is the one in the gray area, which is the one with yourself, with you, one with yourself. Okay. So again, this was from Amanda's deck. I don't have the box, but I have the book here. The Archangel Metatron Self-Mastery Oracle. Amanda's a friend of mine. I love Amanda. Hey, shout out to Amanda. Amanda Ellis. You can find her on YouTube as well as Facebook. I highly recommend her deck. It's beautiful. Beautiful. It looks like this on the other side. Beautiful. Very well presented, by the way. Now, the next card is this card. This is from another indie, sort of independent artist creative type. This is from The Truth in Story, Kelly Fitzgerald, I think is her last name. From Kelly at The Truth in Story, also on YouTube. You can find her on YouTube. And this is from her Journey Oracle deck. This is what it looks like. There's a beautiful guidebook that you can purchase separately and have it printed for you. That's what independent folks do. We have to work our craft in the best way that we can, so we have freedom of our own expression. Instead of going to a company, we do it ourselves. Here you go. And so this is what I got from her deck, the Journey deck. It says active movement. Yeah, isn't that what I just talked about with the whole duality thing here? Don't these look a little familiar? Oh, don't these look like they could be friends? Oh, yes, and there's 3 parts, isn't there? The duality, the 2 different things, and then the you in the middle. You are the center of the universe. Look at the colors, they are the same. The amplification of movement just clarifies that duality is always moving. Your focus is always moving. The energies of the circumstances, situations, relationships are always moving. Everything is in movement. It might be just a pulsing movement, which some might call stress. It might be a gentle movement of the rhythm of your breathing and your breath. As we're focused on that throat chakra energy here and that creative expression of yourself, just giving yourself permission to feel the rhythm of your breath, noticing that that is a simple movement. That is the active energy that is here, present, and now. And this big dot in the center literally is you at the center of the universe. So this is perfect. Look at how these totally different decks, 2 totally different people on different countries in the world. Kelly is in the US, yeah. So, and Amanda's in the UK. Look at this, how this comes together to give us affirmation or information to support the energy of balance in our lives, while we are also active, movement, and flowing energetic beings. Okay, Astray. And then, of course, you know I love my Oghams. I love my Oghams. Okay, this is the Fern Alder. Okay, I love this. I just realized the other day that this tree, this is the Celtic Tree Wisdom. So it's the Celtic, I think it's called the Celtic Tree Oracle. I don't have it with me. I don't have the little deck with me here. But it's linked below. It's one of my favorites. I've been using it for a year. I love this energy. It's Celtic, and so that connects me with my ancestral lineage on my spiritual side. Not my human lineage, but my spiritual lineage. And I love it. I just love it. But the alder has come up over and over and over again since June, I think. Yeah, June, July, August. I get this one, and I've got it like 5 times in the last week and a half. This tree, and I call it alder. However, when the tree is listed in the book, it has 2 names. And the first name is Fern, like F-E-A-R-N. I don't think it's F-E-R-N. I think it's F-E-A-R-N. Fern. And the second one is alder, and I've always called it alder. Even though that's like the Gaelic term, and I'm sure I'm just totally butchering that. I always called it alder. So that's what it means to me, is alder. That's what it is to me, is the alder tree. And this is about balancing and understanding the energies within us of the masculine and the feminine. Those 2 different dualities. When you break it down to the basics, it's about the 2 dualities of the masculine and feminine, or the dualities of the energies of the light and the dark. And this tree is about protection and giving backbone and giving strength, especially in times of conflict or contrast. So inner conflict, and it's like it helps to protect you in your soul battles. So soul battles aren't necessarily spiritual battles with evil entities or dark attachments or other people's energies. It's about your battles with yourself. Let's just be clear. That's what it's about. This energy is about supporting you in your battles within ourselves. This is what causes us the greatest deal of discomfort, of despair, of angst, is fighting within ourselves, fighting for our inner freedom. That is what is happening right now, even though you're looking on the global stage and there's all this trauma going on with war and with women's issues and with children and going back to school and health and just incredible turmoil, what it seems like externally. All that stuff is happening inside, or it has been ignored and lie dormant and not been paid attention to by us as individuals. Therefore, it's expressing on this external stage, which then is coming at us and making us feel so inferior, so incapable, so like no matter what I do, it doesn't matter, therefore I don't matter. And that's a load of crap. That's all crap, 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 crap. That's deflecting. When something external gets your focus so strongly, it's because something internal is not being addressed. And this alder tree will give you some of that stability, that strength to understand that yes, you have a juxtaposition going on. Yes, there is contrast within you. And guess what? That's not bad. It creates the opportunity for you to use your own discernment and to grow. You are a different person than you were when you were 15. You are a different person today than you were when you were 21. You are a different person today than you were, if you are already 30, than you were when you were 30, or 45, or 50, or 60. It doesn't matter. You are constantly evolving and growing because you are a spiritual being with limitless capacity to grow and expand and experience. And that also means to express. Don't receive the information and messages externally. Tap in inside and be willing to see what is here and to adjust and make an alignment in your life little bits at a time to honor what is here and what is present, because you are what is present and you are what matters. And when you are strong in your sense of self, then when you express, you add to the amplification of truth, of authenticity, of freedom of expression, of the ability to love and accept and belong and have freedom without being threatened by other people's independence, without having one way, without having to impose one particular set of beliefs, values, or structures upon other people. There's no one size fits all. So work on your size, work on your right alignment, little bit by little bit. And God, listen to me. Do not wait until you're perfect or you think you're good enough in order to step out. Okay? Start expressing in little bits, in little ways. Maybe you're working on body image issues. So maybe one way you can express in body now that helps you feel more beautiful or more comfortable with your body. Maybe you do something sweet for your body, like put on some earrings today. Or maybe spray some perfume. Or maybe rub your hands with lotion. So simple, simple things. Simple things for connection inside that allows for a gentle expression and the beginning of a relationship within yourself. And then, only then, can you fully express in relationships external and the dualities of the different realities that you are managing and participating in. Okay? Don't just be exhausted and come back to yourself and go, oh, I lived my life for everybody else. Oh, that's what life is about. I'm going to be so busy that I don't have to deal with my stuff, because that's not living. That's not living. Really? Okay. No. That's just fake. That's just not even real. Get yourself corrected. Get into yourself. Spend some time with you. And you will discover who you are. And use assistance like Celtic Tree Wisdom with the Alder Tree to help you with your backbone and the balancing of the masculine and feminine energies. Energies of sacred symbols like the yin-yang symbol, or like card decks like this one from Amanda or this one from Kelly. How about color, the expression of color? I'm just reminded that in my session with my feelings coach the other day, she was like, hey, Bridget, how about you paint? I'm like, oh my gosh, I haven't painted in ages and I have tons of painting supplies. I just haven't painted. So that would be a great healing expression. So I'm going to do that. I'm actually going to put that on my list now because I totally forgot about that until just now. So I'll take a picture of these tools and messages and I will share this with you on Bridget Inspired on Instagram as well. All right, so fairy grasshoppers, I hope you've learned a bit. I hope I've encouraged you. Have I? Inspired your spirit? I hope so. I hope so. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. before you go, make sure you set to notifications so that you don't miss, because on Fairy Grasshopper, I try to post 3 times a week. I'm not always consistent. I try to do it on Tuesdays and Thursdays, but sometimes I miss a Tuesday and I do Wednesday instead. Sometimes I do weekends if I'm like super charged up and the energy is going and I want to share. This is my creative space. You guys are like part of the studio that I create in. So I might get something up there on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You don't know. So don't miss it. Make sure you click those notifications. All right. I hope I've inspired your spirit today, filled you with some hope, encouraged you to live your life. This is your life after all, and all this duality, balancy stuff going on. And you got to live it. You have this opportunity. So please live it. Just live it. Thanks for watching.